you're about to experience the world's greatest ambidextrous disco flute player. Here it is, R.J. Sizzle.
It's an absurd Saturday Night Live sketch with a catchy song that descends into more chaos with each of its airings. We're of course talking about the sketch hosted by none other than Kenan Thompson called What's Up With That?
It's What Up With That? Taking on the issues of today with soul.
Thompson came up with the idea of a talk show host so obsessed with his show's theme song that he can't stop singing it.
What a big show. It's gonna be presidential. It's gonna be reverential.
Kenan approached Brian Tucker, who wrote the iconic Race Draft sketch on The Chappelle Show.
The Asian delegation chooses the Wu-Tang Clan.
And comedian Rob Klein to write it. Together, the trio pinned down the idea of a BET show titled What Up With That, hosted by a man named DeAndre Cole. They gave a rough sketch to SNL's music director Catrice Barnes, who won an Emmy previously for Dick in a Box.
Is my in a box?
Barnes worked some magic, and the final version of the song we know was born. After that, wardrobe felt DeAndre Cole should be a three-piece suit and Jerry curl wearing man, and so an SNL classic was born. The supporting cast of characters included the show's announcer, who was Will Forte, and later replaced by Taran Killam, backup singers Pippa and Piper, Jenny Slate and Nassim Pedrad, later replaced by Vanessa Bayer and Cecily Strong, and of course, we can't forget Fred Armisen as Giuseppe the saxophone player, and Jason Sudeikis as Vance, the most overzealous of backup dancers. What Up With That premiered in October of 2009 with a basic outline that lasted throughout all its airings. Cole opens the show with his lengthy theme song, welcomes his two real guests as well as Bill Hader and characters Fleetwood Mac guitarist Lindsey Buckingham, and almost immediately launches into a second performance of the theme song. Each performance makes the stage more crowded with all hell breaking loose and a bridge that features an oddball music guest that's typically the host. By the time the show ends, the panelists have barely gotten a chance to speak, and once again, Lindsey Buckingham is bumped but remains a good sport.
There you go, Lindsey. Yeah, that's my dog.
The sketch would run a total of 9 times from season 35 through 38. We watched every single episode and analyzed each 6-minute moment in the sketch to present to you the definitive ranking of every What Up With That sketch. Number 9, Gerard Butler.
I'm gonna explore all your craters.
Before I get into it, there are no bad versions of this sketch, but rather there are more absurd and over-the-top versions than others. Well, this is the moment that started it all. It ranks last on the list because of what it lacks. We have to deduct a few style points for a cast member as a speaking panelist instead of a celebrity, no audience chorus on song 2, and Gerard Butler is the sexecutioner White Pete, as he is, oddly enough, not as crazy as other musical drop-ins that have appeared on the sketch.
I want to take you in a spaceship and move into a permanent orbit around your anus.
Number 8, Ed Helms.
Put your hands together for another Lindsey Buckingham.
In this airing, some masters of song joined the show, such as Paul Simon and Glee cast member Chris Colfer, but by far what stands out the most in this iteration of the sketch is when life imitates art, and the real Lindsey Buckingham joins Bill Hader's on stage. The real Buckingham shreds and eventually joins the fake version of himself towards the end of the sketch.
Wait. Don't you want to hear the story behind this?
Oh, absolutely. Next time.
Oh, and Ed Helms shreds the banjo too. Number 7, Martin Short.
Legendary actor, Samuel L. Jackson!
This was the final airing of the sketch, save it for appearing briefly in an SNL 40 music montage, as well as during the at-home episodes during the coronavirus pandemic. Perhaps because Samuel L. Jackson dropped a few curses live on the air?
Man, hey!
Who really knows? Jackson took to social media and said that he was supposed to get cut off, but instead got an improv line from Kenan.
Come on, Sam. Some bull. Come on now. That costs money.
Number 6, Zach Galifianakis.
It is wonderful to have actor Paul Rudd here.
Paul Rudd might be here to talk about the Oscars, but this sketch contains quite possibly the best musical guest walk-on ever. Host Zach Galifianakis lays down some killer fluting moves as the ambidextrous disco flute player R.J. Sizzle. This sketch also ranks so high because it contains one of the silliest references to pop culture, as Abby Elliott comes in breaking it down as baby Jessica, the little girl who was trapped in a well all those years back.
Now got stuck outside the well. That's it out.
Number 5, Maya Rudolph.
It's What Up With That, President's Day edition.
The President's Day episode is where Kenan flexes the Kenan Reacts face quite a bit. While we're not 100% sure how she fits into the presidential theme, we have to say that Kate Upton gets the award for being happy to be there, but not really sure what the is going on. It's Lindsey Buckingham's 100th time on the show, but he didn't get to recite the list of his US presidents as DeAndre Cole promises.
We did not get to do your hilarious list of presidents and their birthdays.
However, in a backstage clip of the show, Hader actually does do a rundown of said list. Guest host Maya Rudolph is the musical guest and steals your spotlight as Sabrina's spotlight.
I drink my sangria and he thought about me.
And Bill O'Reilly finally gets his wish of performing live.
We'll do it live! F*** it!
Number 4, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
In the United States, political will is a renewable resource.
Renewable resource, yeah.
In this sketch, Al Gore is concerned about global warming, but DeAndre is more concerned about getting his groove on. Other SNL cast members often drop in on this sketch, and with this one, we get the best use of Moynihan as tap dancing Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts! Go Jake! Go Jake! Tap dancing! That's Jake! That's Jake! So creepy! Tap Jake! That's Jake! Jake Snake! Got dance! Got dance!
Host Joseph Gordon-Levitt also sets the bar high as guest musician Klaus Future, rocking the guitar. And of course, a crumping Andy Samberg in a clown costume. Number 3, Bryan Cranston.
Doo-doo man and swinging!
In this sketch, we get our first cast changeovers with the 5th airing. Taran Killam becomes the show's announcer, and Vanessa Bayer is a new backup singer. This sketch features a lot of our favorite overall moments, such as host Bryan Cranston in underwear and Jay Farrow joining forces to create the great Parliament Funkadelic impersonation called Doo-Doo Man and Squiggy. Jason Sudeikis nails his jump and some on-point dancing as always. And damn, Ernest Borgnine is just happy to be there. That dude spends his entire time grinning from ear to ear in amazement at what he's witnessing before him. Number 2, James Franco.
Heavyweight champ, Mike Tyson.
This sketch was such a hit when it premiered that we were treated to one in October, November, and December in season 35. For the holidays, panelist Mike Tyson wants to talk about his image, but DeAndre is a bit more concerned with singing his theme song again.
Yeah, you know, people view me as a fortress, but really I have a lot of existential angst.
This is where we get the best cutaway chorus. A handful of little dancing DeAndre Coles, particularly love the dude in the middle. While this sketch does have one of the most obvious flubs of all the airings, the energy is such fun and even Iron Mike gets into popping and locking at the end. Coming in at the number 1 spot is Robert De Niro and Robin Williams. This sketch ranks at the top because it's easily the one with the biggest guest stars. The 6th appearance was a tribute to Hollywood, and it pulls a slight audible by having Robert De Niro act as a panelist rather than a guest musician, despite being the host. The sketch also breaks from the outline by allowing a second panelist, Robin Williams, to deliver a few lines.
The adorable and naughty Robin Williams.
Thank you. I'm just tweeting what a great time I didn't have.
De Niro gets wise to DeAndre's antics and isn't having it, providing a fun, uncomfortable silence moment that jumps us into the 3rd performance of the song.
Uncomfortable silence.
Kristen Wiig's Shasta Taffy is synth singing while she removes her wigs, and Lindsey Buckingham's birthday should be celebrated.
Yeah, look, Lindsay. Look, I got your present. Look, it's a picture of both of us, Lindsay. Do you love it? Do you love it, Lindsay? Tell me you love it. Ah, there you go. I knew you loved it, Lindsay.
What Up With That has become a legendary sketch that will not be soon forgotten. Its iconic and memorable panelists, joined by the lovable Kenan Thompson, has allowed this sketch to go down as one of the most memorable SNL sketches in a long time.
What's up with that? What's up with that? Ooh, yeah. What's up with that? What's up with that?
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below, and for more laughs, follow us on social media.